Hi, I'm Dr. John Valenza, Dean of the University of Texas School of Dentistry at Houston. Welcome to room 207, the auditorium and largest classroom in our current building, site of a long history of events for the school. And for we alums, it surely conjures up memories of exams, orientation to clinical licensure boards, white coat ceremonies, and on and on. I'm often asked, how do you really measure the quality of education at your school? Among the measures you might expect to hear, there are really two that matter most: our alumni and the impact we have on the health of our community. We recently had the opportunity to partner with our Alumni Association to host the annual Jack Winston Lectureship in Restorative Dentistry and the Alumni Roundup. This year's speaker was alumnus Dr. Jimmy Eubank, who delivered a great presentation on aesthetic dentistry and occlusion. In September 2012, we'll do it all over again, in even grander style, with the UTSD Generations Conference and Alumni Roundup to be held in the new Cooley University Life Center. Why Generations Conference? Because it will draw on the rich history of our school, now nearly 107 years old, and it will be a joint effort between the school, Alumni Association, Greater Houston Dental Society, and several other Houston area chapters of organized dentistry. So be sure you don't miss it. Right after this year's Winston Lecture and Lunch, many alums toured our new building to see how it's progressing toward the May 2012 move-in date. What part will alumni play in the new building? Well, you'll see it in many ways. It starts with a historical display on the first floor that will highlight the history of the school. Second, the Cooley University Life Center, where we'll soon be holding major conferences that in the past we've typically held in Houston area hotels. Third, the fourth floor Alumni Circle, where we'll honor past, present, and future alumni, faculty, students, and staff. And finally, also on the fourth floor, we've designed in an office for the Executive Director of the Alumni Association. So what did the alumni think of our new building? Let's let them tell you themselves.
I'm amazed. I tried to keep up with what was going on, but you have to see it to believe it.
It's so high tech. I think dentistry is a field that has rocked along for many years, and moderately high tech, and then all of a sudden the last 10 years or so it's really made huge advances, and this building is right there. It's ahead of that.
It's they're bright and open and airy, and the high tech aspect of it. You're in the 21st century.
Maybe the difference between coach class and first class.
We had a nice facility then, but to compare what we have now and what we had then is people are going to have to see it. It's unbelievable.
The location of this facility is right on the edge. It's still the medical center, yet it's much easier to access. It's not near as confusing to get to. I think for patients coming into the facility, it just has a much warmer welcome.
I think access is going to be a whole lot better. I mean, it's more open, it's more airy. It's not as foreboding as what the other could at times be, particularly with all of the construction and stuff like that you've got going on in the medical center. It's going to make it a lot easier, much more user-friendly.
To be able to park across the street and walk in, and your clinics are the first two floors, that's pretty impressive.
I was very impressed with the simulation because that's something that I never got to experience. To be able to have electronic charting, to be able to have a patient that's as real as it can be, and to be able to truly practice before you perform on a real patient.
With a new name, new school, new dean, the whole thing kind of wraps up to make it a positive experience for people. And I would encourage people to come by and visit.
They've done it right. We got a first-class facility, and the school is going to have something it can be very, very proud of.
What does it mean to be a graduate of the UT School of Dentistry? It means having a great sense of pride and a desire to be part of the school as we embark on a new era. 2012 will bring numerous opportunities through the Greater Houston Tail and Nail 2 meeting, the Star of the South meeting, the dedication of the new building, and next year's Generations Conference and Alumni Roundup. Hope to see you then, and don't forget, The best is yet to come.
It's just amazing in the 21st century, the possibilities in construction, architecture, design, but more than that, optimizing a student's education with all the technology. There's no excuse for these young men and women not to be the best dentist ever.